The Valley Today's JC Dodd joins us live in Moorhead with the latest on why some cones are up this morning and what you need to know. Good morning, JC.
That's right, Jordan. I'm on South 2nd Avenue in Moorhead, just a block off of Main Avenue near the Hornbachers, and there's some stuff going on, and it's quite the mess in this little stretch. This is again South 2nd Avenue, putting up cones right now. I talked with some neighbors who right in front of where this sinkhole is, basically along this road. They say last night they were lighting off fireworks and saw a hole in the road that had some, and let them know that what was happening. And then they say at 5 a.m. that's when the big mess happened. That's when you can see that massive hole. And Jordan, this whole street again, the road to keep people off, because a neighbor says earlier this morning she saw a car.
We apologize for our technical difficulties there, but we are talking about JC Dodd on scene there with that water main break. We'll be sure to check in with her throughout the morning on the 7 o'clock at the Fargo CW. One person is being treated for a gunshot wound. A Fargo man is in the Cass County Jail on a charge of attempted murder. Police say they got the 911 call yesterday morning around 7 from 22-year-old Kyle LaVos, who told them that he had shot someone. It happened at the Countryside Trailer Court just off 25th Street. A 24-year-old was taken to the hospital with serious injuries, but there has been no word on their condition or what led up to that shooting. A 4th of July celebration turned tragic in western North Dakota. Mandan police say a 6-year-old girl is dead after an accident during preparations for a parade yesterday. The child was riding on a trailer on the way to a staging area for the parade when she fell off and was then run over. She died at the hospital. Another holiday accident claimed the life of a Minnesota teenager. Police in the Twin Cities suburb of Brooklyn Park say an 18-year-old man was holding a firework when it exploded in his face. A friend performed CPR on him, but that victim later died at the hospital. Also on your Fast Track to 7, police have arrested their suspect in a deadly July 4th parade shooting that killed 6 people and injured 38 others in a Chicago suburb. And there is video this morning of that man being taken into custody. Robert Cremo III was spotted in a car in North Chicago yesterday after that shooting, where officers then tried to stop him, but he led them on a chase. At the end of that chase, police say that Cremo surrendered without incident. He was taken to the Highland Park Police Department for questioning. 2 Philadelphia police officers who were shot during July 4th festivities have been released from the hospital. One of the officers suffered a graze wound to the hand, while the other was shot in the shoulder. People ran from that area as gunfire started. Police are not sure if the shots were a ricochet from a celebratory gunfire or if it was intentional. There's no word on anyone being arrested. 6:54 now. Let's get a check of that Fast Track forecast with Summer Schnellbach. Good morning, Summer.
Good morning. Thanks all for joining us on this Tuesday. We're waking up to some areas of fog, especially across west central Minnesota. So a foggy start in some areas with some afternoon showers for others. Temperatures warming into the 70s and 80s. Here's a look at our visibility. It's pretty good in the Northern Valley, Fargo, or Grand Forks rather, down to 4 miles. Visibility in Fargo at 6 miles, but Detroit Lakes has been a problem spot all morning long. Visibility has been near 0 or at 0. Around a 1/4 mile in Bemidji, 1/2 mile in Wadena, 0 in Brainerd, 7 miles in Jamestown, 3-mile visibility in the Oaks area. Satellite and radar showing quiet conditions in the valley right now. We have some storms off to the west, but through the next few hours, I think aside from a sprinkle or two, Fargo's going to remain mostly dry with temperatures near that 80-degree mark. It's towards late morning, starting this at 11 o'clock, that those storms that are off to the west start to move into the east. However, they're going to be losing their strength. So I expect, just aside from a rumble of thunder, your average everyday showers and some thunder. Then tonight, a round of potentially severe weather clipping our southwesternmost counties, including areas like Ellendale and points to the south. Then your 7-day forecast is looking pretty good. Very seasonal, temperatures in the 80s with almost daily chances for some showers and storms. We'll keep you posted.
This morning, we have really seen those clouds move on in. The sunshine a lot brighter and more noticeable just an hour or two ago.
Absolutely was, yeah.
All right, Summer, thank you this morning. It is now 6:56. New this morning, 2 people from West Fargo are recovering from injuries that they suffered when they hit a deer while riding on a motorcycle. Now, the Minnesota State Patrol says 73-year-old Brian Irving was driving on Highway 87 east of Frazee yesterday afternoon when that crash happened. He and his passenger, Beverly Irving, were treated at the Detroit Lakes Hospital. Troopers say neither were wearing their helmets. Also, we have new information this morning on a deadly car crash we first told you about yesterday on the Valley Today. The Minnesota State Patrol is now identifying the victim as 18-year-old Peyton Larson of Herman, Minnesota. The police report says alcohol was a factor in that rollover in Stevens County on Sunday afternoon. Larson's car left Highway 9 and rolled. He was not wearing a seatbelt. A Minnesota man is in jail accused in a drive-by shooting last summer in Cass Lake. Diego Gasca was killed 1 year ago today while standing in a yard during a house party. Authorities arrested a 46-year-old Cass Lake man last Friday in connection with Gasca's killing, but he has not been charged yet, and the sheriff's office is not publicly identifying him yet. A search of the Cass County, Minnesota jail roster shows 46-year-old William Hedberg of Cass Lake was booked Friday on a charge of second-degree murder drive-by shooting. If you had a rough travel experience over the 4th of July weekend, you are not alone. There were thousands of flight cancellations, delays, and luggage issues, which showcase how fragile that air travel chain is after COVID.
The airlines, in many cases, did early retirements. You know, they got rid of those really expensive senior employees, and they didn't think demand was going to come back this quickly.
Even with airlines struggling with staffing issues, travel experts say you are entitled to a refund if you've had a flight canceled. It's a U.S. Department of Transportation rule. So far this year, FlightAware says 2.8% of all U.S. flights have been canceled. More than 20% have been delayed. Abortion rights activists are holding a rally this weekend in downtown Fargo in the wake of the Supreme Court's ruling to overturn Roe v. Wade. It's scheduled for Saturday starting at 6 p.m. The group is gathering outside of Fargo City Hall. We have a traffic alert for people driving in South Fargo starting today. 25th Street South will be down to 1 lane in each direction between 32nd Avenue and Rose Creek Parkway. Crews are replacing curbs and gutters and resurfacing that pavement. The project is expected to take about 2 weeks. Also today, 7th Avenue West in West Fargo between 6th and 7th Streets will be reduced to 1 westbound lane. Contractors are wrapping up utility work in that area. The traffic will be diverted to Main Avenue. It's one of the top mountain biking trails in the U.S., and Forest Service workers are bracing for more big crowds along the Mattahey Trail in western North Dakota. They're asking visitors to plan well for their trips and also practice that pack in, pack out principle. And if you're going to have a campfire, practice that fire safety. The Mattahey is set to get more improvements through an $829,000 grant from the USDA. And a fun fact this morning, if you've ever wondered what Mattahey means, well, it comes from the Native American Mandan language, and it means grandfather or long-lasting. And it's used to describe an area that is deserving of respect. The Today Show and CBS Mornings are just about to start, but the Valley Today rolls on. We'll have more live up-to-the-minute news and weather coming up on the Fargo CW. That's where Summer Schnellbach will have a more in-depth forecast on when these clouds might drop a little rain in the region. Stick around for that. Otherwise, have a happy and safe Tuesday. We'll see you right back here tomorrow morning.